Hello and welcome to Soul Babes Craft and Creations. I am Louise and today is Monday the 4th of August. Now I've decided I'm no longer going to do the quote of the day to start my videos. I'm struggling with them and I'm thinking what I'll just do is I'll put them in the end card as I have been and leave it at that. I'm also thinking that I might start doing some little shorts to add to the ones that I'm normally doing. So when I've not got a video up, I might just do a little short which has got the quote of the day in it as well on the card. But I shall leave it for that at the moment. I haven't yet fully decided, but we will let's get on with today's video anyway. So, as I said, today is Monday, so we have got the magazine makes Monday, Boggy Creek Squares. I really need to change the name of this, don't I? Because it's not always squares, especially as some of the ones that come out in the in some of the tiles. It's like, yeah, they're not square. But let's change it anyway. I will change it. I'll think about it. But at the moment, it stays as Boggy Creek Squares. Right, I will show last week's the last drawn squares, tiles, whatever. I didn't end up doing last week because I didn't have a chance while I had the grandson here to actually do much in the way of crochet because he had me running ragged. That's the trouble with 3-year-olds. They like to run about a bit, and yeah, my house really isn't suitable for running around 3-year-old. So yes, it was trying to stop him from hurting himself in one way or another, from him running into things or tripping over things. So it ended up being that I didn't get much of the way of my crochet done. Even when he was asleep, I couldn't do because he sleeps in the same room that I have all my crafting in, which is my living room. So yeah, that didn't happen either. Didn't have an opportunity to do much in the way of crochet. So it had to wait till after he went home. And he went home a couple of days after the original plan of him going home. Partially because of the weather, partially because of other situations that were going on. So it ended up being he was here that little bit longer. So it put pay to me being able to do any of my crochet, any of my squares or my Tunisian Tuesday or anything else until after he had gone home. And then because he'd run me ragged for over a week, well, near on 10 days, because he'd run me ragged, I got to the point that I was needing a couple of days of total sleep. So yes, put pay to doing a lot of things, but I'm back now, and hopefully now I can get myself ahead so that the next time he comes, which is a couple of weeks' time, I might have not be having to run myself ragged again afterwards. So, okay, let's show you what I did from the last drawings. So, from the Art of Crochet, you need to be on the right page to see what ones, and I'm going to have to keep swapping my glasses over because I now have new glasses. And one set is for me to be able to see what I'm doing on my screen and everything else. The other set is for reading, and I can't read with these ones, so I will have to keep swapping them over. So let me swap over so that I can read what I wrote down, or what these squares are. rather than trying to remember them this time. Okay, sorry, here we go. See, now everything in front of me is blurred, but okay, so we have number 18, which was the daisy chain square. Okay, so there we go, we have the daisy chain square. And then the other one was number 93, and that was the 5 colour flower square. There we go. As I say, the art of crochet ones, I've said in the past, are quite simple. I can do them fairly quickly, as long as I haven't got a 3-year-old running around. But anyway, right, I am trying to make a joke out of it because it was hard going this time round. Hopefully he might settle down a bit better after the summer. It's been so hard on him because it's been so hot. It's too hot for him to go out, and like I say, my house is really not suitable. It's only I have only a tiny little front room, and it's not really suitable for a 3-year-old who wants to run around. So anyway, right, the next ones were from the 3D Granny Squares book, and that were number 9, which was the cupcake. Some of them were a little bit more difficult to actually get them to do what I wanted them to do, purely because of the way that the shapings made it want to go in different ways that I didn't want it to go. And then the other one was the dreaded spider. And again, you can see that the way it's all sort of all wavy here, where I've had to attach the legs because I've had to attach the legs rather than having them all loose, because as this is going into a blanket for Boggy Creek, I can't leave things loose that's likely to get caught on something, or that, because it's got to easily be washed as well, so we don't want it ending up being that things will get snapped or broken or caught on something that's going to end up causing damage to the kids. So yeah, I had to sew them down, but because of that it made it ripple. But anyway, right, and then the last two were from the 100 crochet tiles. The first one was Mind the Gap, and then I worked out what that actually means, which is something over here in the UK on our underground. You hear the announcers say quite often, mind the gap, because between the platform and the train, when you're getting on the train, there's a gap. So that's where it is, because what the top part of this is the train. The yellow is where we have on our platforms, we have a yellow mark, and that just past that is where the gap is. So that's the reason why they say mind the gap, so that you don't end up falling either onto the tracks or catching yourself as you're trying to get on the train and ending up tripping or whatever else. So that's where that square is. Well, it's not a square. It's supposed to be a square, but it doesn't look like a square to me. It's more of a rectangle. But another thing I've decided with the 100 crochet tiles is I am going to wait till I have done all of the ones in the book, and then I will combine whichever ones and create them into the blankets. I shall then I'll work out which one I want in where and however to get it so that it makes probably 2 or 3 blankets. I don't know how many it will be until I finish, because the things for the 100 tiles, some of them aren't square, some of them are rectangles, and they're sort of all different kinds of shapes. So rather than sort of doing like I've probably got enough to make a blanket now, I'm going to wait until I've done them all, because then I can sort of intermingle big ones and small ones, because some of them are really big, some of them are tiny. I can sort of intermingle them and make it much more pleasurable looking blanket, if you know what I mean. But anyway, so the second one from the 100 tiles is the Echo. Couldn't work out why this was called the Echo, but I think it's because of the fact that this looks like it's something is standing in the middle and it's making a shout out. That's the only thing I can think of, the reason why that would be called Echo. But it's called Echo, so let's say that. Right, so that's the ones that were drawn. Let's move them out of my way, because I will now draw out from the other 4 books, cards, whatever, what they are going to be for the next lot that I do. Now hopefully I can get myself ahead, so that I've got for the week that young Sir's here. I hope that's so long as he comes that week. Things keep changing all the time, so I'm not sure what's going on. Right, anyway, let's start off with drawing. So we're doing the Claire Montgomerie cards. There we go. Right. Okay. So we pick out one. One. That one. Trying to do it so that it's not reflecting. Is number 20. Now I can't actually see whether or not that's clear, but it is number 20. And number 20 of the Claire Montgomerie cards is Starburst on the official set and the Swirl Square on the unofficial set. Okay, we'll see what they actually are when I do that part later on in the video. Right, so the next one we do is the Bella Coco cards. Again, we pick out one. And get in there. Go in. And that is number 3. Again, yeah, there we go. I managed to get it so that it's not got the reflection of the light on it. So number 3. And number 3 is the Primrose Stitch. Okay. I quite like the Primrose Stitch, so I should be able to do that one fairly quickly. Right, then we want the Bella Coco Crochet Stitch Library book. Okay, and we pick out 2. Oval. Okay. Alright. So that's 1. That's 2. Oh, nearly drop it on the floor. Not good. Okay, and the numbers are 41 and 59. Yeah, 59. So 41 and 59, and they are 41 is the half treble, which, no, wrong book, wrong one. That was the Claire Montgomerie book. Get the right book. Right, so 41 is the colander. Don't know. And 59 is the puff. Okay. I'm all right with doing puffs. I don't mind them. Okay. So the last one we draw from now is the Crochet Stitches by Claire Montgomerie. And we pick out 3. Right. 1. 2. And 3. Okay, let's get the right sheet for it so that I can get the right one to look for. Okay. And the numbers are 39, 43, and 114, which are, so 39 is the sedge stitch, 43 is the double crochet, which is single crochet because this is UK terminology, so single crochet V-stitch. Ooh. And 114 is fans and stars. Okay, that's going to be a lacy type one. Okay, see how that goes. So anyway, that's the ones that we've got. Let's swap back, otherwise I shall end up with a headache. I've only had the glasses a couple of days, so I'm still getting used to them. And I really do not want to give myself a headache and make myself sick by wearing my readers when I don't need to need them for reading. So that's with everything being drawn and everything for today being said. Thank you for watching. Please remember to like, comment, share and subscribe. Love and kindness to everyone. Bye for now, and I will see you all soon.